The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Money Masters. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom O'Brien and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us. Right now, you got the Dow Industrials up 193. You get the Nasdaq up 65. S&Ps are up 28. Gold is down $1.70 at 1,061. We have silver up 4 pennies at 13.74. Light sweet crude's up 74 cents at 37.05. Bonds, the 10-year is down 11 ticks. 30 is off 1 full point. King dollar's up 287 ticks at 97.94. And volatility's here in spades.
That acceleration upwards continued from yesterday, right?
Pretty intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Well, when I say pretty intense, let's actually look at what the market has done thus far. It's kind of intriguing, actually, because when you look at the price, it's a big number, $1.90. Percentage-wise, it's a decent number also. You were at 1.1% in the Dow, 1.3 in the Nasdaq, the S&Ps, and 1.3 in the Nasdaq. Now, when you go over and we take a look at where we are...
you need to throw a chart in the den,
okay,
too.
thank you. Yeah. Sorry. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so when we look where we are, INDU, we're still clinging to highs, no doubt.
Right.
And that being said, however, the highs are way over here in May. Actually, let me pull this back a bit. Your highs in the Dow are 18,350. Which isn't bad. That's only $800 off the high.
Yeah, we're really close to that.
Yeah, but what if Larry had just got off, and what he was talking about is that it's lower lows, lower highs all the way along. The challenge, of course, is that is this going to get up over, and as we come into 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, man, it is a wild call because bonds are pulling back. Let's see how these bonds are doing. The 10-year. 534,000. That's a close call because that's still it's high. The 10-year normally does about 1 million to 1.2 million contracts. It's coming into 1.5, I believe, over here. We hit a low of 125.29. What I'm thinking is that it wants to bounce off the high of that, which is 126.02, right where we are.
And when does this trade until? What time is the end of the bond trading day?
It trades. It trades the whole time, but actively.
Just when you talk about the volume
it's
numbers.
Heavier. That's 5 o'clock. So 5 o'clock, $1,700.
Okay.
And it does keep trading.
So that's where the volume number goes to. I didn't know.
It does. It does. Right.
Like oil, if you're looking at volume, it's going to close at 230.
Right.
So
right. And what does happen with bonds, though, is that a lot of the volume is in the morning.
Okay.
Because the bond traders, for some reason, well, I guess it would make sense. It's just banks opening up, hedging, all of that.
A lot of things I always see. I was looking at that opening bar. There's always a lot of volume, sometimes more so in the bond market.
Right.
Yeah, it's a bigger deal in the bond market.
Bigger deal, no doubt about it. Hey, overseas, let's go take a look at overseas right now because the DAX is up 3%. The CAT's up 3%, FTSE's up 2.3%. But if you do go over and look at this, now this is really wild, and this is how these rallies can go. The DAX is up 3%, but guess what? It was down from 11,400, and we're at 10,400, and it's down pretty severely.
Right.
It's wild.
We're
folks.
just at like the high of yesterday, basically.
We are.
Yeah.
And what's really wild is this, is that we haven't talked about this. I haven't talked about this for a while. The Dow transports were the first major indice to come off their highs. Now, if you look at this is what's really wild with the indices, with the Dow transports. The Dow transports topped out in November of 2014. Isn't that wild? We're December of 2015.
Yes.
Right? Now, watch this, though. I was looking at this morning, and it looks like it's going to be a monster ABC down, and we'll see whether we get the volume. It's breaking the swings, and there's two different things I'm looking at. When we came down in August, you got down to 74.52, and we had volume there of 357 million. We're coming down right now with 209. Now, it's certainly going to need a lot more volume, but bottom line is it looks like it's game to break this down. And if it breaks it down, you know, your next stop could be very well 5,200, right where it broke out from. So if you're a Dow theory analyst or charter, that's a big problem, you know, because what's supposed the way the Dow theory works is that the probability of the Dow going to new highs when the transports are going to new lows, that's,
okay.
You know, it'd be like us doing Fibonacci. That
sure.
just doesn't fly with them. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And they've made the arguments in the past that, well, that's different now, you know, because that's how it was in the 30s, that the transports were more important, you know? Yeah, no.
Right, I mean, yeah.
There's a lot to be said.
A lot of the economy can grow without transports growing. And it's probably where transports are shrinking because other areas of the economy are just taking off and they don't need that as much. We do the same thing. We don't have physical workshops as much, right? People don't travel. Those people don't travel to them.
For sure,
think about that. You just think about everything and what you do.
Right.
We used to do a lot of physical workshops. People come down to Florida. We go to Boston. We go to Denver. Well, we do so much online now, and we still might do that, but guess what? Business can take off, no transportation whatsoever. That's interesting how...
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And think about the richest people in the world right now, not the richest people in the world, the people that are accelerating their wealth right now are who?
Yeah, the tech, Bezos.
Facebook, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Right? Where, you know, it used to be the railroad barons.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
And no matter where you go, you know, like...
Yes.
It's real, so
sure.
It's different now.
For sure,
I mean? There's no doubt.
For sure, because I was like, well, what about Amazon ships, right?
Yeah.
But guess what? That they might get some in transports, but what's happening right now? Some of those, like UPS, they're going down because Amazon might take it all over and they might do their own shipping.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Oh man, I read a great story. You know, we were talking a couple weeks ago that when you were leaving here, going home, how inexpensive it was on Uber.
Yes.
Right. So
comparatively to cabs, especially where for
and then it went down. Well, you didn't have what is it? It wasn't
There's multiplier times.
There wasn't a multiplier.
So sometimes, and I'd be taking it on a Friday or Saturday night. One time I had to pay, and this is going from Tampa to St. Petersburg, like 13, 15 miles. So in a cab, that's a long way.
Right.
Base rate $20 to $22.
Right.
So even when you get a 2 times multiplier, it's worth it if you're going over there to drink, have a good time. But it's only $40 with the multiplier, which is still cheaper than a cab.
Right.
But base rate, which it happens, $40 both ways, $20 each way. It's amazing. Yeah.
It's huge. So the story yesterday in the Journal had to do with, because of the acceleration of drivers, the rates are going dramatically lower.
No more multipliers.
So
supply is going up.
Yeah,
right?
And so the drivers were complaining.
Price goes down.
The drivers were complaining that they're going down so dramatically.
That's funny, yeah.
Yeah, and so it was really cool because
every time I go, right, I say to you, it's like a person's first day driving or the first week. You're just chatting it up with people. You'll end up, maybe you'll sit in the front seat because it's just Uber. So you chat it up.
Right.
Every time, and I've only taken it 5, 6, 7, 8 times.
Yeah.
Probably 5.
Right.
Oh, how long have you been driving for? Today's like my first day has happened twice. So it's like, wow, within the first week it's happened, I think, every other time. They're brand new. It is.
It is wild.
Yeah.
So they had Uber in there, then they had Ship It. Now, Ship It is a new service. It may have evidently been around for a while, but around here it's a new service. And it's a service that's with Publix. And what happens is they shop for you.
Okay.
Okay? Bottom line is that around here...
Similar business model, except for groceries, you go on them. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So around here, they're claiming that they can get our groceries in an hour, because we have a Publix right up the street.
That's pretty cool.
So listen to this. This is wild. So the article was about, they were interviewing different people, and they interviewed this one woman from Ship It. She's saying that she can make her rent in 1 day on Ship It. Right?
By dropping off groceries herself, by being a driver?
And understanding, they shop for you. They go into Publix.
Okay, sure.
They do the whole shopping
everything.
for you, right?
Sure.
And then there was another person at Ship It said, no, now it's not getting as good as it used to be. And it was really cool because the woman was saying that was making all the money. She says, no, she's got to learn how to shop better. But I think the gist of the article will be there will be more shoppers too, and that will go down. Also, the pay.
I mean, like anything else, you got to think in the beginning. As long as there's demand, right? I mean, they're the supply.
Yes.
So if there's less supply, the price is going to be worth more.
I know.
And as that's the market kind of equaling itself, where that won't stay there too long, because as long as there is easy money to be made, don't call it easy, but as long as there's good money to be made by putting in that hourly and putting in good work, people will flock to that. Just like in Uber, people are saying, "Oh, there's great money. I'm going to flock to that. I'm going to become a driver." We had, one guy was just out of work, another guy maybe his business wasn't going well, and you can pick it up and drive 10, 20 hours a week, or you can drive 40, and they were both like, this is great. I wish I had known about it because I have the time, kind of. So.
Well, no, there is no doubt, and especially with the Uber deal. I mean, you know the story about when I opened the first sub shop, right? I drove the cab to get the money,
sure,
right?
Yes.
And so what happened there, though, is that to drive a cab, you still got to go into the police department and get a license and all that, just to drive the cab. With Uber, you don't. So that's even quicker. You don't,
but you have to go through their background check and everything.
Oh, yeah, okay, cool.
That's very similar, though.
No, I was just elated that you could have a job like that. I was, I say, man, this is good.
And Uber, well, they do the background check, but I bet they've made that process more streamlined than when you had to go in and get a license to drive a cab, for sure. They're similar, but in fairness, one of them's just the government, handing out a driver's license for a cabbie, whereas the other is a business hiring on another contractor for business, and somebody's on the other desk stamping those, running the background check.
Get them out. Get them out. No doubt. So we take a look at the markets out here, and if we go into the Dow Industrials, we'll here, as soon as we come back, we're going to get our head wrapped around the Dow Industrials. Tom O'Brien, we want to hear from you folks. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Oh.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you'll lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, oil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Tom O'Brien, we do appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. And right now we have our man, Mr. Kevin Hinks from TD Ameritrade Think or Swim. And don't forget, folks, every Monday, Tuesday, right here at TFNN, noontime, noon to 1 Eastern Standard Time, we have swim lessons. Kevin, Scott, Cindy, they give you a great education, 1 full hour, no commercial breaks. It's a beautiful thing. Kevin Hinks, what's going on?
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Tommy.
Morning,
Kevin.
Kevin.
Nice to talk to you guys.
You too.
Hey, I heard that I'm just coming into the office, and I'm hearing that it's going to be 61 to 71 degrees Christmas Eve in Chicago. Is that right?
Yeah, they're talking about at least high 50s, around 60. Amazing.
That is crazy. And you can see, I guess...
The weather outside is not frightful.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No doubt. Coming up to the Fed tomorrow, 2 o'clock, volatility and no doubt in spades out here. I was listening to the program yesterday. Fabulous program as usual. Getting up some nice strategies.
Right.
So what are we going to be talking about today?
Today we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about more complex strategies.
Okay.
But how the fact that the beautiful thing about it is you can build what's considered a complex strategy by actually using 2 very fundamental strategies to build a more complex one. How you add the fundamentals together to build something more complex.
Yes.
So we're going to keep it simple. Keep it simple, keep it easy.
And, it's intriguing because what does happen, folks, is that as you watch the VIX get into higher ground, when you guys... we're just getting on there yesterday. I mean, that VIX was high and those premiums were high because one of those trades, which is pretty cool, is you're getting a $5 credit in one of those, which is pretty intense, man, right?
Right. We're looking at everything and we're taking, what we try to tell our clients and our listeners to stay one step ahead of these markets, right?
Yes.
Identify when the VIX is historically high or historically low.
Okay.
And, that can be maybe historically low in this time of year is different than in the spring when VIX can get down to, 12 or 11,
sure.
Where now if it's 14 or 15, that's pretty cheap historically, right? And then when, like it started yesterday, now we're in the mid-20s, but really the movement in the market is justifying a mid-20s.
I know,
if you're
and it just
moving
comes down.
1.5%.
Yeah. And it comes down from 26. That's intense, man.
Yeah, I mean, Tom, the main thing is the European markets were all up last night, so you knew we were going up this morning
yes.
in a thin trade. Now what, though? Do we hold here? Like yesterday, they tried to sell them off, and they sold them off for most of the morning, and then they kind of crept back towards unchanged and actually rallied. These markets are wafer thin, and until this number comes out tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time, these markets are going to be thin and whippy.
Wafer thin. I love that.
I mean, we're at 24 hours, right? So that's when it gets real.
Man.
That's when it gets real. No matter what you want to put out there, it's time to act or just see it happen.
It's going to be intense coming up to this deal, man.
And there's going to be some serious volatility, and we're going to teach people how to get ready for it. Don't necessarily have resting orders sitting in there to get, our job, hopefully, is to show our clients tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Don't get caught being a bug on the windshield of this market and have it just freight train you past you, right? Let the market make a move and then stick to your fundamental trading.
You know, your English teacher is going to be very proud of you.
Oh, yeah?
No, there's no doubt, man.
I have, you know, I was at the country club Friday night, and there was a bunch of nuns walking in full nun outfits.
Yeah.
And I broke out into a cold sweat seeing these nuns from my flashbacks from my past. So, yeah, they taught me well, Tom.
I got to tell you a funny story, man. We were giving away computers in here, I don't know, about longer than that, 10 years ago probably. And, you know, I went the gate of heaven, of course, right? Sister St. Joseph. And so I was, you know, there's a school down the street, showed up at the school afterwards, and things have changed so much over the years, you know what I mean? They wouldn't even answer the door, right? And, you know, I'm saying, hey, I got a bunch of computers I'm going to give you. And they're looking at me outside, and they wouldn't open the door, and they finally opened the door. I says, hey, I went the gate of heaven. I says, you know, Sister Arnold? Anyway.
I went to beautiful St. Christina on the far south side.
Oh, God, I'm telling you, man. It's just absolutely wild. You know, as we get closer to this this time frame, it's going to be intriguing, even in that bond market, right? I mean, you know, bonds.
Yeah, the bonds are all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, every the dollar's higher, so a lot of the grain, you know, the oil looks like it's trading a little bit of a micro news, you know, in the oil.
Yeah.
All the rest of the commodities are down based on the dollar. So, you know, these things are going to be whippy and thin.
Whippy and thin.
You just got to keep your powder dry, trade them a little bit, trade them back and forth.
Absolutely. 12 o'clock, folks, right here at TFNN. Get it on your cell phone, tfnn.mobi. Kevin,
Can't wait, guys.
Great one, safe one. We look forward to the show.
Life is all about choices. At Everbank, they're making it easy for you to make a smart one with this special cash offer. Open a new yield pledge money market account with funds from another financial institution, or deposit new funds into an existing yield pledge money market account, and you could earn up to a $500 cash reward. And if you're opening a new account, you'll also get their new higher 6-month bonus interest rate, along with their yield pledge promise that ensures your yield will always be in the top 5% of competitive accounts at banks nationwide. Open a new account or add to one. It's your choice. To qualify, you must meet balance and other limited time offer requirements. Go to everbank.com/TFNN for details and deposit options, or speak with one of their banking specialists at 1-855-750-4051 for more information. You must act by December 31st, 2015 to be eligible. Everbank is a member FDIC.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now, you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry, powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com. TFNN has just announced a brand new morning lineup that is geared specifically for traders in this volatile traders market. Every morning at 8 a.m., John Logan starts things off with his daily program, The Global Market Pulse. At 9 a.m., Larry Pesavento trades the market during the market open Monday through Friday on Trade What You See. At 10 a.m., Tom O'Brien hosts the Money Masters for the hour, and Basil Chapman hosts his Tiger Technicians Hour at 11 a.m. From 8 a.m. till noon every market day, these traders are with you as they provide up-to-the-second market information so that you can make the most educated and profitable trades possible. The new TFNN morning lineup is happening right now. Tune in to see for yourself what kind of actionable trading discussion they have each morning, Monday through Friday, starting at 8 a.m., live only on Tiger TV at TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Tom O'Brien, we do appreciate your growling a problem with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow up 171, Nasdaq's up 58, S&Ps are up by 25. And if we do take a look inside the Dow, this is pretty intriguing because, Dow stocks, you get it up 1%. That being said, inside the Dow as to what's moving it out here today, ExxonMobil is the leader. That's up 272. Disney is number 2 at 314. Chevron's 252. Goldman Sachs is up 398. Now, taken away from it on the way down, the poster child out here today would be 3M. It's down $7, and you get some real juice. It's a gap away on the way down. Has volume behind the move. Apple is going to be the danger for the indices in general. It's amazing that Apple was only down $1.50 yesterday. But boy, the weighting structure is just so big in it, man, that it can hit these indices.
And it came all back. And that just like the indices.
Exactly. It's a mind. What's crazy is that when you're only dealing with $1.60 to $2, that it can, the weighting is so heavy that it can push that index around.
Sure.
That's pretty intense, though.
Sure.
I mean, because stocks can move $2 like in a heartbeat,
Yeah, everything is perspective and context, right? What's the market cap of Apple right now? It's 800 billion, 1.3 trillion. Market cap, 623 billion. Yeah.
Billion with the B.
I think that was as high as like 800 billion when it was rocking.
Isn't that intense?
So you can see when that has a large effect.
Huge.
On the economy.
Absolutely huge. No doubt.
When it's only a $100 stock.
Right.
So 2%, 600 billion. It's a quick number.
Big numbers.
$12 billion.
Yep. Big numbers. We go over to ExxonMobil. We take a look at Exxon. Exxon is up 262. That had now this is intriguing here. I was looking at this during the break. This did an exact 0.618 retracement from the highs to the lows. Pretty amazing when that comes down. I wouldn't be buying it here, but that first retracement on the way down, and that's where percentage moves. If you get a good move, folks, on the way up or even the way down, you want to wrap your head around percentage because that could be a normal, pullback and something that wants to go higher, but oh my God, the stock just went from $90 to 75. I mean that's a hit and a half, right?
Yes, right. It's almost 20%. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so we'll see how it comes back into this area. Right now you're doing a 6.2 million shares, which isn't bad. It's pretty good actually. Because you're coming into 17 million, but we're talking about an hour into the marketplace.
Right.
We were talking with Kevin Hinks. So Mondays, Tuesdays, folks, noontime, great show.
Yeah.
Full hour.
Swim lessons. They actually start on the platform at 11:30 Eastern time. So if you have the Thinkorswim platform, you can pull up swim lessons, start listening to them at 11:30, but then they kick in at 12:05 on Tiger TV, and they go the full hour, no commercials. Kim Hinks, Scott Connor, Cindy Faber, the three of them.
Yeah.
You can email your questions.
Which is great.
Right, to swimlessons@thinkorswim.com. Swimlessons@thinkorswim.com, and email the question, whether it's trading options, whatever you think is going to happen, what you want them to look at, and they'll answer it right on the program.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. They're so, Scott and Kevin, maybe Cindy too, I'm not sure, but because they were in the pits for so long, it's really intriguing listening to them.
Yeah, no, they know what they're talking about.
They do.
Yeah.
And what they're always doing, this is what's really cool, folks, okay? They're always setting up strategies. And of course, what they're setting up the strategy for is, they were talking about this yesterday. So on a longer term basis, they're always I don't know if they're always setting up strategies. What they were talking about yesterday is that they had a 60 to 70% win rate in a strategy they were setting up.
Okay.
And so they were bringing this out on a longer period of time, saying, we like that strategy versus a 30% strategy that might come in more, because if you're trading on a longer period of time frame, well, guess what? That is going to help you percentage-wise to make sure that you make money and not lose money.
Sure.
So it was pretty cool, because they've been doing it a long time. There's no doubt about that. Let's go over to that gold contract. So actually, let's go to the dollar first. DXH6. The dollar, bonds, metals, you can expect some big action out here tomorrow. So thus far, dollar's going higher. We had 17,000 contracts out here. We're at 98.08. Now, the dollar's going to lead a lot more than 17,000 contracts. We came down with some big juice. And what I do expect, though, you're gonna see some action in here. The thing that's going to be the wild card out of all of this is that if we go just look at the actual bond market right now, bonds still overseas are very inexpensive. We're at 2.26, so 2.26 on the 10-year. It's down 13 ticks. That's still not bad. That's still really inexpensive. But when you look at Germany, it's at 0.6%.
Yeah, there's a lot for the market to shake out after tomorrow, depending on where all that's going to head.
Yeah. And is the market going to believe? I suspect that once it's done, the next thing inside that statement said, it's going to be really dovish, don't worry about the future.
Yeah.
The real question is going to be...
We're going to see how this happens and not have any plan going forward, or, there's no agenda.
And is the market going to believe that or not?
Right. Yeah.
You get a crystal ball?
Yeah. I know. All you need to know is what's going to happen 28 hours from now at 2:40 in the afternoon, where we'll be. That would be something else to know.
Oh my God. Seriously, man.
Where that Dow number would be. Yeah.
Hey, let's go over to South Africa, because South Africa...
Is that finance minister still in there?
He's still in there. Thus far, there's not much movement over there. It's down, so the Rand dollar 2 days ago was at 16 to 1. Now it's at 14.94. If we go take a look at Harmony, see how Harmony has traded in South Africa. Harmony is trading at 1,262 Rand right now. Now, see, this is a decent setup. I mean, I'd like it a little bit lower, but what I'm looking at, and I'll bring it back to the United States, folks. On Friday, it went up to 1,989 Rand. Has volume up there. Let me just pull this back more, because what I've found is that if you don't take a swing point out, okay, we did. We took a swing point out. Okay. What I was going to say, you can have volume, but if you don't take a swing point out, it doesn't mean a thing.
Not as important.
Yeah, exactly. Where in this case, we did take a swing out, so that's cool. That's saying they can get back up there.
Sure.
We've pulled down.
And that was the August swing point, just so you look at it when the market was crumbling.
Yeah.
You were before, but no, you were looking, I think.
Yeah,
that's
August. Yes,
that's the paranoia and everything. So
that's right. Yes, August 24th, 25th. Right. Yes, exactly. Which is a good scene.
Right. That's it.
And so if we bring this back into the U.S. and we take a look at Harmony, what you're going to see is that we're at 78 cents. You went higher with 4.7 million. Yesterday you pulled back with through 2.5. We'll probably do about 1.5 today. I'd like to get Harmony like at 73 cents in there. I know it's only 5 cents, but what happens, folks, is that's still 5 cents.
That's probably 6-7% on the stock.
Yeah,
right?
it's
a big number.
Which is a big deal. They will, though, at these prices here. Well, let's see. I believe Harmony doesn't come out with their numbers for a long time. I think it's February. Yeah, it's February 4th.
Okay.
So that's a lot. That's not that long, is it?
It's 6 weeks.
Yeah. So that quarter it would be the quarter ending probably December 31st.
So it's interesting. They're talking about the Den, Howard Stern with a new 5-year contract. So did you see? I believe his contract was up tomorrow.
Really?
5 years. Yeah. So I have Sirius.
You have Sirius. That close all the way down.
And I don't know how that. And I think I like him. I used to listen to him all the time, and I have Sirius. I listen to him probably once or twice a month, something like that. But I guess he was talking about it on his show, and of course he got other offers, you know, of whether he could go to Pandora or something like that, or even go to Apple or something like that.
Yeah.
And it'd be interesting to see. I don't know if they talk about what he signed for.
How much money? Yeah. Right.
I think he was making somewhere around 70 to 80 million in his current contract per year.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And they said he could be accountable for somewhere. You know, the big question is if he left. Right? Would people cancel? And so that's all the speculation. But they talked about, there's an article yesterday, maybe they'd lose 240 million, and that was saying something like however many people would cancel. But in reality, we'll see if they talk about what it was.
Paying 80 million for 3 days a week.
4 days a week. Yep. Oh no, that was when first. That was his last contract. Maybe it's not out. Maybe it would be in the headline if it came out.
That's pretty amazing, man.
Yeah. But, you know, what's interesting is he's at the forefront of basically the whole deal that's coming about now, where content is king and everybody will pay for it. He made that move from terrestrial radio to Sirius. At the time, Sirius was behind XM.
And then they bought XM.
And that kicked them up. They overtook XM and they bought XM. So you can see how those deals are.
He made satellite radio.
Right, exactly.
There's no doubt. And that first deal, he made hundreds of millions of dollars too, but he made satellite radio. If he didn't go there, that was almost dead.
Yeah.
It was almost out of business.
It was like the beginning, though, of that model where you could just grab content and people would follow.
Yeah.
Where you really could follow.
Well, this is a great point you're bringing up, because he was the king of terrestrial radio.
Oh yeah, I remember in Boston. He was on WBCN, right?
No,
Do you remember?
Definitely. Yeah. And to this day, that's iHeartRadio now, CBS. Okay. Well, it's iHeartRadio.
Is that Clear Channel?
That's Clear Channel,
yes.
Right? And they're in huge trouble. You know.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a private equity fund now that owns it.
Yeah.
But right now they are having a huge problem paying their debt.
Okay.
Their debt
that
service.
would make it tough, right? I mean, you're competing with. You know, right here, they're saying that SiriusXM has 29 million subscribers.
Right.
I mean, that's people willing to pay for that content. It's not just somebody that has a car that's casually listening. So.
Right. And it's come a huge way since he first started. I mean,
for sure.
You know, I don't happen to listen to him, but there's so much other stuff on that you know.
Yeah. I listen to CNBC in Sirius when I come in.
Bloomberg.
Right. All the news channels.
Clear Vinyl.
Pink Floyd. That's right.
Yeah.
Just keep it. You get lots of options, right?
I got lots of options.
No,
man.
it is.
Elvis
Especially,
Presley.
I drive a decent amount in the morning, and so it helps me. It does.
It does.
Yeah,
No,
whether it's music or, you know, I take that time and listen to CNBC, and that way, at least I'm making use of that 40 minutes.
Yeah.
You know,
There's no doubt.
I show up
man.
and I know what's going on.
There's no doubt.
Yeah.
Let's go see what the volumes are looking like out here, because the market itself, it's hanging right at those highs, but that's always a little bit dangerous when it kind of just 223. That's short volume thus far. And the NASDAQ, it's not, though. 547. That's pretty good in the NASDAQ. If we take a look at the Qs, what you have with the Qs, 14 million. That's not bad either. We take a look at the SPY, 40 million. Looks like the SPY's almost giving it up. This is going to be really wild, man. If the SPY ever gives it up right there, this is going to be a classic, because it's going into 160 million. So 40. This is what's cool about doing this early too, folks, is that you look at 40 million, which is pretty good. You know, we're an hour and 10 minutes, an hour and 15 minutes in the marketplace. Now, if you see that drop off substantially by noon, that's a heads up that the volume came in.
Especially in the context of tomorrow, that maybe everyone's just completely waiting then and
waiting.
Yeah.
You know,
if anybody had some big trades to make or wanted to, they were made Friday, yesterday, maybe, or this morning.
Or just sit there. Exactly.
Right.
Particularly, what you absolutely have is that. Well, here, let's go. We get our man Carlos. Hey, Carlos, what's going on?
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Tommy. How are
Morning,
you guys?
Carlos.
How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing okay, except that there's a bomb threat in Los Angeles, and all the school district is shut down.
Wow.
So it's sad. It's sad that there seems to be a credible threat, so the school district is completely closed.
That's insane because, we actually had looked up
we saw people in the den posting that news was coming out, and
that's the second largest school district in the country.
And right away we said, L.A., my goodness, that must be so many schools, and yeah, it's 1,124 schools. We actually were on the Wikipedia page because that's quite an ordeal. So hopefully everyone's staying safe. And
the thing is, whoever is doing that and they say it's a credible threat,
yes,
it really creates panic on the people. I got relatives in the L.A. County. I live in Orange County.
Sure.
And, they're preoccupied. Some of them have to stay because they can't leave their kids in school.
Oh, the effect must be... there's about 700,000 kids in those 1,100 schools. So you talk about, all their family that takes care of them, whoever it be.
And how do the mother and father go get them?
Everything.
They're already at school. No, it works.
I know.
It's
not two schools.
It's a mess.
That's a system that the entire area, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, my call is about the euro versus the U.S. dollar.
Okay.
I have a position there. I trade a little bit of forex, and I put it right after Draghi, like about a week later. So I'm okay with the position, but I wanna leave it because I believe that the dollar is gonna get weaker, and it's only a little position, and I need your opinion about it.
Well, you're asking the right person. And the reason I'm saying that, I'm not positioned there, but where I just position myself, I'm going back and forth whether I want to stay in this position, is the 10-year bond. Stay right there. We'll come right back, okay? This is Tommy O'Brien. We have Carlos from California, and we're going to be talking the euro and the dollar. We're going to come right back, folks. Dow's up 210, Nasdaq's up 61, S&Ps are up 29. We're going to be right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of The Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Tommy O'Brien. We're talking with Carlos from California. We're talking about the euro dollar. So the reason that I had said that, Carlos, is this. I'm going to bring you over to the bond for a second. And what I have done here, and I'll tell you what I'm going to close if, in fact, I don't get what I think, what I'm looking for. So in the bond, I just went long the bond. But I'm looking for a rejection of 126.02. Now, I don't have it yet, and if I don't get it by like 2 o'clock this afternoon, I'm going to close this thing. Now, the reason I went long the bond, and I'll go to the euro and the dollar for a second to show you, is that, you know, we had some good strength coming up here to 127.10. We had some good strength last week to 126.23. So if we go over to the dollar now, in that correlation, if the dollar closed up where we are right now and the bonds closed, well, I'll keep this separate. If the dollar closed right where we are right now, I would also close that euro position, because that is saying that the dollar index wants to go to 99.02 or at 98.20. And then if we go over to the euro, you know, what would happen there is that, okay, it went to a higher high, but it's like, okay, man, that thing wants to go to 107, you know? So I think position-wise, I'm going to wait a few more hours. That's how I'm shaking it out right now.
Okay, beautiful.
And I got I only have one contract, so it's not the end of the world. But at the other side of it, that's still $1,000 for a point. So it's like, okay, you know, if I get the rejection, and then when I say I get the rejection, it would mean that it's 126.02. I'd want to see that be closing like getting up to about 126, probably 08 or 09, not at 102. Do you know what I mean? I want to see it hit. It looks like the volume's going to be a little bit lighter, but bottom line has to reject it. If it doesn't, then, you know, I suspect those bonds. And see, fundamentally, it would make sense that the bonds want to go lower anyway. I mean, that's, you know, so
yes.
they're, you know,
yes, for sure.
that is, you know, that's in the cards for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Tom, I want to thank you for your advice. Last time I called, I sold part of my position, and yeah, after I sold it, it was just a straight line down.
Really?
Which one was that in again? I remember looking at it, Carlos, but what was it?
It was ICA. It was the highest was a $1.46.
No, of course.
All the way to 99 cents.
Wow.
There you go, man.
And it's going back up.
I know, right? Maybe it'll go right back up there, and you can make that decision again if you want to.
Now, see, this 91. So when you're looking at that, watch that 91, right?
91.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you get a rejection of that with lighter volume, then you get some action. See, that's what I'm trying to do with the bond right now. What I'm using a bar, a high volume bar, and saying, okay, can it reject that level and get away from it? When you do a rejection, it has to get away from it too. Do you know what I mean? It just can't stay there. But if it gets away from it, then you get a bounce. That's all I'm really looking for. But
and that company, I looked again. Now it's only worth $175 million if you wanted to buy the whole company.
Want to buy it?
So I know. So
Carlos, let's buy it, man.
Let's buy it, right?
Let's go.
You want how much debt they have? What was the billions of dollars in debt, right? That's the.
Yeah, they got a lot of
yeah,
that.
right.
Okay, man.
Good to talk to you, Carlos.
It's always a pleasure.
I'll be listening to you the rest of the day. Thank you.
You too.
Thank you, man.
Take care.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
Have a great one. Have a safe one. You know, it's so cool, folks. You just heard Carlos listen to the rest of the day. Right on your cell phone. I mean, it's TFNN.mobi. You get full audio. If you have a chance to do the Tiger TV, if you're not driving, don't do it when you're driving. You go to TFNN.com and you'll hit Tiger TV right on the right-hand side. And, of course, on Tuesdays, we do 10 hours. We start at 8 o'clock in the morning live all the way to 6. Andy Heck is on after me this afternoon.
This afternoon, 5 p.m., right after you.
And commodities, bottom line is that these commodities, man.
We got Basil at 11, and don't forget swim lessons at noon. Email them your questions. Swimlessons@thinkorswim.com.
Absolutely. Have a great one, folks. Have a safe one. Of course, we look forward to speaking to you right back here tomorrow morning. Stay right there for man, Mr. Basil Chapman.
Thanks, man.
Okay.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.